we want to encourage you to consider joining us for the One Thing Regional Conference in January, the third week in January. We're coming off of the big One Thing Conference. We're expecting about 25,000 in Kansas City.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about the majesty of Jesus. In Orlando, we're not doing the exact same thing. We're going to build off of that theme of the majesty of Jesus. And we want to take it, bring some new dimensions to it, because we know a number of you will be tracking with us through the web stream. Some of you will actually come to Kansas City, but others will through the web stream. And so we have this, we're gripped with the idea that Jesus is not just worth our all. He is so compelling, he's so exhilarating that when people understand him, they want to give everything. They want more of him. So what are some of the other things we're expecting at the One Thing here in January in Orlando?
In Orlando. You know, when I look at regionals, one thing that really excites me is you have the churches that are out there in the midst of the nation. And then when we come in, one of our hearts, one of the things we want to do is to strengthen the prayer lives of individuals. When we as believers talk to Jesus and connect with the Holy Spirit, it is amazing with how much of a better husband I am, a better dad I am, a better college student I could be. And so at a regional, we want to fuel people's prayer lives. I mean, the teaching, real practical teaching, inspirational teaching, it'll really fuel people's prayer lives.
Worship. And we don't just mean you go into a prayer room on a microphone. Our prayer life, this is one of the things you've got a real passion for. It's that thing we do all day, that dialogue with God all day long.
Yeah, and I think the power of coming together at a conference is you realize that you're not alone. You're not the only one that's reaching for a deep life in God, reaching to connect with Jesus. And so just to encourage one another that he is not only worth it, but that it is possible to actually live a life of prayer no matter what sphere you're in.
And again, this prayer, we're talking about the dialogue that goes on with God. We're not talking about even stopping and closing your eyes and saying a prayer. We're talking about communing with him, because when we get a vision of how exhilarating this man is, how interesting, that's a weak word, interesting. He's interesting, plus a whole lot more. Something gets a hold of us on the inside, and that's what we think the church in America needs, is that getting a hold of people on the inside with who this man is. Well, all the details are right there on the website. We're going to be partnering with OHOP, the Orlando House of Prayer.
House of Prayer, Carlos Sarmiento.
And I mean, he's part of our family here. He's been building the House of Prayer there about 10 years. I mean, a long time. We're really close with him. And so at Church in the Sun.
Church in the Sun is where we'll be at. About
same as last year. A couple thousand
year.
people we're expecting. Yep. But it's just this couple days where we just kind of turn off everything. We worship. Misty's going to be leading worship, and some of the other worship teams. Matt Gilman from Kansas City here. And then the preaching of the word. And we're leaving the One Thing Kansas City Conference the end of December with zeal in our heart. I know. I know how we feel every year. I mean, I can't wait for Orlando. And you're going to be there, and you never travel, but you're going to be there. So I appreciate you doing that.
I'm looking forward to it.
As the deep